Hey guys, what is up? Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency video. Like and sub if you like what you see, and let's get right into this information. So first things first, shared by XRP_Leonidas187. Ripple and XRP are about to enter the walking phase, claims Brad Garlinghouse. So I know we heard this news, again, a local person, the Zerpinator XXX or whatever, on Twitter, had a quick conversation. It was confirmed that Brad Garlinghouse, the official CEO of Ripple, did respond to his direct message and basically just acknowledging that they are in still the only in the crawling phase when it comes to the adage that Brad Garlinghouse always says for Ripple's approach in terms of XRP usage. It is crawl, walk, run. And he always emphasizes that this, in terms of revolutionizing this world of payments, getting all of the gateways, getting all the connectors, getting all of the correct the XRapid partners, developing the proper liquidity, getting all of the corridors lit up. Again, we're talking, speaking of getting all the corridors lit up, we're talking about, different speculative theories on mass enablement, which I've talked about in the past as well. And just, further emphasizing that we haven't seen anything yet. And some of you might complain, and that's fine. There's 2,000 other projects. I am not being paid by Ripple. I'm not being paid anything by anybody. I'm creating this content because this is what I love to do. I love to cover this XRP news, this information. I would be doing this deep depth, this research regardless. And whether the price goes down or not, long term, I am bullish as ever. So basically just confirmation again on Brad's end. So very exciting just to see that. All right, and here's the conversation. Again, thanks much. I agree that crawling seems to be graduating to a walk, but looking forward to seeing the Bitcoin dominance ratio adjust to reflect tangible progress. And again, he's referring to XRP's, ratio to Bitcoin dominance. So very exciting to see that with coins with actual utility now. Next up, XRP Neo, or XRP_Anderson, just talking about being red-pilled again. Everything fits too well together. This must have been planned a long time ago. A lot of people agree, for anybody that's really dove down these rabbit holes. And this person right here, I'm sorry if I butchered the name, but Esfanitz, it's E-S and then F-A-N-I-T-Z, has a very, very similar belief to me. I've literally voiced this before and thought and felt the same way. Basically, this is going to sound outlandish, but this is how I feel. Bitcoin is meant to surge first, backed and other platforms. Everything's going to pump it, shaking retail investors, everyday people, you and I, individual investors, not accredited investors, not institutional investors, away from XRP. Then the institutional money will flow towards XRP shortly after, the real asset. What is this? I have no facts to back this. Just wild speculation. Apologize for the typo there. And again, I'm agreeing. I think, we're going to see that same thing. XRP has the potential to stay stable while the Bitcoin and additional altcoins moon. And people are going to, perhaps chase the gains, and that's fine. Maybe we'll see a lower price. I'll hop in on that advantage. Again, nobody knows. This is just me thinking and voicing out loud. So comment down below if you say, Kevin, you're an idiot, you're wrong. That's totally fine. But again, that's just what I believe. But again, we're going to be seeing some market movement shortly because we are just over a month away before Backed comes. And remember, they have to actually purchase real Bitcoin, actual Bitcoin, to actually create these future contracts. So this is great. Next, Stephen Diep. So it's Diep and then S-A-N-H on Twitter. Just a video really quick of Samir Garg of Axis Bank. We already know about their partnership. And in this quick clip, he's basically just saying what Stephen already summed up here. So again, more and more banks and financial institutions will and are joining Ripple's platform, RippleNet, and those use the three software products, XVIA, XCurrent, and XRapid. Now, they do not all use XRapid at this time, but Ripple has stated that is the ultimate goal for all of them to plug into XRapid, become an XRapid partner, and utilize XRP. All right. And then again, not only will the volume of transactions increase, but also the different types of use cases as the platform grows and develops. So very exciting to see that. Make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. Next, right here at Penny Ripples, just wanted to talk about Flutterwave really quick. So, you're right. So Mike, appreciate you bringing this to the attention. I know we've talked about this in the past with XRP Owl or _Owl. It's like King Solomon on Twitter. So really quick, let's just kind of check this out. So we got Flutterwave fitting Ripple's blockchain into Flutterwave's core infrastructure for Africa payments. As we can see here, and this is Flutterwave retweeting this. We're pleased to recently advise Nigeria's leading fintech company, Flutterwave, on its partnership with Chinese e-commerce giant Alipay. With this partnership, Flutterwave and Alipay will offer digital payment services to merchants across Africa and China. So that's exciting to see they're connected to Alipay. And then, I mean, we can look at the website if we want and look at this article and just, understand how all these software products work and where actually Flutterwave will fit into this position. So it's really cool to just get a better idea if you want to understand how it all works on the technical side. But I want to show you these two screenshots. So this is, XRP _Owl, and this was probably a month ago or so. I'll have to check the dates. But basically he said, I've been asked about Flutterwave to take down my Alipay Ripple post. And this guy does some deep, connections and research. He'll make all kinds of posts in this company, and we are suspecting they have different NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, against this, and they literally asked him in a direct message to take this post down. Why on earth would they do that? Why would wild speculation, offend a company unless there was an NDA? So for the sake of whatever NDAs are going on, I'm going to accommodate the request. Alipay does not run on Ripple at the moment. The integration link exists as option, though, 100%. And let's take a look at the actual conversation here. So this is Flutterwave. Let me try to zoom in just a tad. Sorry about this. All right, so right here. Hey, XRP Owl, we saw your thread on the Flutterwave and Alipay partnership. We appreciate your interest in this, but we'd like to point out the inaccuracies in stating that Ripple is integrated with Alipay. Please note that the Alipay Flutterwave partnership is completely unrelated to the Ripple integration. We're kindly asking that you take down your thread as it spreads false information regarding our partnership with Alipay. We hope you can understand the implications of this. All right, and again, he says, I'll take it down theoretically, though, if Alipay wanted to utilize RippleNet, being that Flutterwave X Current has a direct connection to Rave. Could they do so? Any clarification would be great, being that I've agreed to take down the post. And they go on to say, our Alipay integration is strictly for merchant payments. That use case is not included at the moment. At the moment. See, they're not necessarily lying, but they're being vague. Thank you for agreeing for taking down the thread. And then, he just explained that he'll take down the thread. So pretty exciting there. And again, this is full speculation. He's a great dot connector and researcher in the community. And I know this is, a couple weeks ago, but I still figured it was worth the wait to explain, especially with Flutterwave. All right, next, Matthew Linney on Twitter. Ripple collaboration R3 will enhance efficiency, CEO David Rudder. As we can see here, Matt just gets this right from the article. And again, feel free to read it. Really not too much information, but you can get the gist. And as we can see here, the R3 consortium began testing the Corda Settler payments engine using Ripple XRP. The collaboration was welcomed with open arms by the XRP community, of course, in a recent tech talk with the bankers Joy McKnight, founder and CEO of R3, David Rudder. And remember, Bearable Guy, I'm sorry, I'm not going to hype it, but remember Bearable Guy a while back did give this little meme, work with R3 and use XRP. Work with Ripple and use XRP, or work with R3 and use XRP. And again, Swift has to choose. Either way, it's widely believed, at least in the XRP community, that at some point Swift will be using, XRP. If you even read that article, the last video that I referenced and put down in the comments with XRP Neo's blog talking about the IMF and central bank connections to Ripple, honestly, it's not far-fetched one bit. And it's not just because I'm invested. I know I have confirmation bias, but when you continue to research, look at these documents, see leaked documents, see Ripple named in government documents, literally hear different Ripple executives saying that they're actively speaking with 40 to 50 central banks, whereas we thought it was only 15. I'm getting bullish. All right, that article, David Rudder. All right, right here, Matthew Linney again, R3 adoption, Thailand. So just talking about this, Thailand Siam Cement Group seeks to expand the Corda-based Procure-to-Pay solution. The solution called Procure-to-Pay was developed in collaboration with Digital Ventures Company, the corporate venture capital arm of Siam Commercial Bank. Remember, Siam Commercial Bank, they were last year in September 2018, one of the first to pioneer RippleNet's multi-hop feature. Remember, everything is connected. Built on R3's Corda, the solution was adopted last year and has already attracted 240 suppliers. Platform has been shared with business partners, including chemical and packaging companies, to enhance the management of purchase orders of raw materials, warehouses, spare parts, and services. And remember, R3 is going to help in terms of trade finance, but it's not just for payment settlements. But remember, when they're exchanging value, they will be using a settlement mechanism, and they already named XRP is the first settlement mechanism for the world of trade finance. This is trillions upon trillions of dollars. If you guys do not believe at some point, I'm not going to say in 6 months or 5 years, whatever, that XRP in terms of market capitalization will be in the trillions of dollars, it just means you haven't done your research. All right. I am a huge XRP bull long term thanks to utility. Will other coins take off beforehand and then, correct? Sure. Why not? It's anybody's guess. It's all based off psychology. But I'm telling you, long term, as I always say, Ripple will provide billions for cross-border, build the liquidity, and allow for R3 to start scaling up and connecting more and more people in their ecosystem for trade finance. And I've already talked about those industry verticals for trillions of dollars. All right? Reducing cost, everything for transparency, tracking. It really just helps. There's a lot of use cases here. All right, and we've even talked Siam Commercial Bank connections to Ripple. We hit that point. Next, and hopefully I don't butcher your name, ma'am, but it is Debajani Mohanty on Twitter. While many are still playing it safe, Kerala's Federal Bank Limited, India reach production with safer and easier real-time remittance services solution using the Corda blockchain of R3. And then we have some additional articles here that she linked down below with Ripple and R3 with global remittance worth $12 billion. And I know that people have gone over this a while ago. And yes, this is from April. Do not be butthurt. This is not recent news. A lot of this is recent news, but we need to tie it all together during this bear market and realize the connections that and the implications of what Ripple is doing to expand the XRP ecosystem. So right here, for long, Federal Bank has endeavored to bring our non-resident clientele closer to their homes. Each of our digital offerings has been designed with this objective in mind. And again, right here, the bank has entered into a partnership with Ripple for cross-border remittance through its network. And this is the Federal Bank in India. And we've seen the government documents in past videos as well. R3's Corda platform and remittance. And additional quotes, the new easy-to-plug-in platform enables exchange houses and banks in the Middle East to connect to their existing solutions to make seamless, real-time transactions. We're delighted to partner with the Federal Bank to roll out the enhanced blockchain technology and VPA system. We are sure these new integrations will ease process and bring further operational efficiency. Talking about yearly volume of India, again, we can talk about how much money is really out there in terms of remittance in India, estimated $80 billion. Federal Bank handles more than 15% of that market share, roughly $12 billion annually. So again, guys, feel free to check these articles. Again, this is Ripple and R3 power global remittance worth $12 billion and Federal Bank in India. So very exciting there. Same article, just paraphrased. All right, next, Ian Northing on Twitter. Universal Postal Union advocates for the usage of crypto assets, recommending XRP and the distributed ledger technology of Ripple as a solution. And Crypto Addy did a great video on this. Highly recommend it. It's actually right here. Potential use cases of virtual assets, especially Ripple by postal offices. And she has it right here, so you can kind of check this out. Very, very interesting to actually get just such, an applause in actual unions like the Universal Postal Union actually advocating specifically for XRP. That's big. I'm usually used to reading different FUD articles and, having to explain, their miscommunication or misunderstanding of the technology. So it's actually good to see all the benefits that they see here to revolutionize the system. And I think eventually, the FUD will subside, but the utility has to kick in to actually take care of that. Next, this is just about Quant and Quant Network, but it does tie into XRP as well. So SIA, remember SIA is absolutely huge. And remember right here, SIA Group, they are a European leader in design, creation, and management of technology. They are absolutely massive. We've covered them before. They're plugged into at least 589, banks, if not larger now. So right here, SIA is one of the biggest implementations of blockchain in the world for financial infrastructure, and now we're doing the same with 800 institutional clients with AX Trading and Capital Markets. And again, this is Gilbert Verdian, or Verdian. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced, but I need to check again. And he is the CEO of Quant Network of the digital asset QNT. And instead of the Interledger protocol, they have a network or a protocol, you should say, is called Overledger. And a lot of people have covered it and explained why, ILP and Overledger are not necessarily competitors, but it's very, very interesting to see how they're actually connected as well to SIA. But again, Ripple is as well. So I'm curious. So SIA, a RippleNet partner as well. And you guys can look into that. I've covered a bunch of information on SIA in the past, but just wanted to share that and show that, right here, like SIA is actually going to be actively working with Quant as well. Let's see. Yeah, and exactly right here. We've also met with another world-known exchange to start using Overledger for their use cases. That doesn't really, surprise me. Is this a little bit hype? Is this a little hype? Yeah, it can be. So we'll see. We'll wait for price. Commerce Bank and R3, Marco Polo, just working together. So again, the future goal development is to expand Marco Polo Network. And again, for those of you that don't know, Marco Polo Network is the largest and fastest growing trade and working capital finance network in the freaking world. And they are utilizing R3. And remember, R3 is the world's leading, for global trade like finance using, of course, Corda, which is the open source blockchain technology to help for, financial institutions and their corporate clients. And so this will get the majority of basically the Swift users today for not only settlement, of course, but all kinds of different features for payment tracking and overall just efficiency. All right. So again, such as insurance companies, inspection authorities, local chambers of commerce, supply chain, as I always say, and then even, looking at real estate, manufacturing, chemical sector, it goes on and on. Again, DLT has many, many applications and use cases. And let's finish off with this, XRP Research Center at XRP Center. And I just really like this, so I just wanted to share. So the beauty of XRP, and again, remember, XRP is completely open source, decentralized. Whether any company, any of the plethora of companies utilizing XRP today disappear, it doesn't matter. The XRP ecosystem is still open and available for anybody to build on top of it. Is that anyone can build and operate its own XRapid. The beauty of Interledger, an Interledger protocol, ILP, and open web monetization is that anyone can have its own coil. You just have to build it and connect it. The beauty of the Internet of Value, IOV, is that anyone can be a part of the change. And that's completely true. Remember, I'm going to start using these terms interchangeably. So whether I say decentralized, essentially that means it's distributed. There's no central authority. And you know what? Stay with me really quick because there was something I wanted to go over and I thought it was really, really cool. Yep, right here. So this is just a really concise definition of blockchain because people always ask me, and I usually just say it's a distributed ledger of records. At the end of the day, everything has a ledger, but right here, look at this definition. So blockchain is a distributed ledger of records without a centralized system on which the older parts of the record cannot be altered. And because of that, that is why blockchain is so secure. Again, they cannot alter it. It's immutable. They cannot change the records in the past. I saw some really, really good TED Talks the other day just discussing in depth and detail the security and then even actually talking about some of the faults of blockchain as well and what they're doing to fix that. So I found it very, very interesting. And again, this is that article on Flutterwave's blog, just talking about that and where Flutterwave, like their integration would fit in place for processing payments in Africa. So super, super cool to kind of understand. I'm not going to lie, when I first saw this, illustration, this infographic, I was kind of confused, but luckily you have step-by-step and you can kind of read what each meaning is and really put it all together. So super helpful for anybody that actually wants to learn. At the end of the day, I know we're all here to make money on this investment, so I get it. You might just want to say, shut up, we don't care how this works, but I just want to show you the progress and how much time this takes. And look at this. This article was in 2018 with Flutterwave. Things have been in the works for a long time. It would not surprise me to see additional FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market to continue shaking. This is how the market in the world has always worked, whether it's precious metals or any, hot stock. This is truly, in my opinion, going to be the biggest game changer. It's going to be one of the biggest transfers of wealth that we are ever going to witness. But with that, guys, it's been such a crazy day. I'm going to call it a day with this video. Hopefully this information was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.